Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Goblets and Gays. This is season 3, episode. I'm actually not sure what this episode number is.
38.
38. I knew we were really close to 40.
38.
38. Yeah, 38. 38. And I'm Aubrey. I'm your GM. I use she, her pronouns. I will toss over my players to introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and answer tonight's question. Tonight's question is a pretty simple one. It's a fun one. I'm just asking everybody to share one song off their character playlist, to get a good vibe. And we'll start with you, Aki.
Hello, I'm Aki. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Estrella Bashar Chloris. Pronouns also she, her, and she is our quadruple bard princess dragon summoner who needs more sleep, dates with her girlfriend, and to actually break her father's curse. Song from her playlist, as I am looking it up right now. A good one. What's a good one, actually? These are pretty early season 3 vibes, to be 100% honest. Lots of stuff has happened. So let's just go with As the World Caves In, cover by Sarah Cawthron. That's a good one.
Hello. My name is Alyssa. I use they, them pronouns, and I play Timson Trevino, wizard who uses she, they pronouns. Timson introductory playlist song was Unfuck the World by Angel Olsen. Now, for better or worse, she is at To Bring You My Love, PJ Harvey.
Hello, it is me, Dusty. I use he, they pronouns, and I am playing Joanna Sanchez, MILF of Mexico, generally just tired all around. And a song on her playlist is going to be Running Up That Hill, specifically the Placebo cover.
Hello, my name is Ferris. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Denisa, the half-hobgoblin, half-problem barbarian, and champion of the night, who also uses she, her pronouns. And I think one of the songs off her playlist, because it's also very beginning of season 3, is I'm Still Here, which is Jim's theme from Treasure Planet.
Hello, degenerates. I'm Tick. I use he, she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing Marrow, our resident ridiculously amount of fake connections monk. And I just pulled up the list again, and I'm just pulling up Monody by the Fat Rat. It's a very good song. I like it a lot. It's got some good vibes.
Hello, I'm Sparlock. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Groon, who uses she, her pronouns. And for this song selection, I'm going to go with Bad Reputation by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Very good one. Okay. Getting into news. I know how to do this. We will have things to say about Wayward Arcadium Season 2 soon, so be on the lookout on our Twitter and Nat20's Twitter. Cool things to come soon. Bring Your Own Mech, I believe, is done with its first season, and we were taking our season break. More fun things for that to come soon as well. Other than that, for anything I'm doing, just check out my Twitter. And anybody else?
Clever Corvids, City That Never Dies. I have absolutely no idea when this episode is coming out. Therefore, we might be also on our season 1 break, depending on uploading schedules. If not, well, it was recorded and we already tweeted about it. Haha.
By the time this comes out, we're either halfway through or almost done with my Pasión de las Pasiones game on Gehenna Gaming, titled In Fear and Love. Passion game about being players on the set of a soap opera, and it's very dramatic and wild shit has happened. So go check that out.
And I am on Chaotic Wonderful, streaming Slayers and or Quest, depending on when this comes out. Yeah, check my Twitter, their Twitter, anyone's Twitter for more information on that, and maybe some stuff with Utopia and Aki, who could say?
So, crab time. That is an accurate summary on its own, but I'm going to elaborate. So, last time on Goblins and Gaze, we landed at the docks, and as we dismounted from our ship, we were alerted to the sound of bells, some people running around, and giant crab coming out of the ocean is disguised as a ship, and a bunch of other enemies crawling out from the water. So naturally, we all went into attack mode instead of fighting them. We're gonna ignore the amount of crits that I got in that battle, both crit good and crit bad, and the ridiculous amount of nat 20s that Aki got, which summarizes the experience as a whole. We all got to do a lot of fun attacks. We all got to kind of suffer. Joanna got to literally climb onto the giant crab and like ride on its back and beat the shit out of it. Tamsin entered murder mode and just spammed disintegrate, which was kind of terrifying because then there was no more crab. Overall, a very successful battle, completely ignoring everything that happened on my end. just hiding that real quick. But after that, we ended up running around the town and helping a little bit as well. Someone else had come to aid us in the battle, but she kind of got there a bit like at the end, so like help clean up crew, you know, the usual. We ran around, did some more helping. We learned that girl, her name's Kyte. I remember that because her name is an object, and I somehow remember those the best. So Kyte is sort of one of the important people in charge of, I think, the guards. And she's like, hey, you helped us a lot. You can, like, swing by the guard station and we can, like, talk if you want information. We're like, bet. But we helped do some cleanup. We asked around a little bit about what could have possibly prompted this. Everyone's like, bro, I don't know. We were just chilling. We're doing nothing wrong. And, yeah, she was a captain. Kyte was a captain. So you know what Aki's doing next session. I'm kidding. But,
Aki has to do it.
Anyways, Estrella managed to read the memories of one of the monsters who only had sacrifice on the mind and got a memory of the last idol we need, which is in an underground castle. Or not underground, underwater? Underwater? Is it underwater? It was watery. It was moist.
It's watery, but I don't think it's underwater. It's you know, on a small island, so but it's super ruined and run down though.
Yeah, it is not under the water. It's currently above the water, but very watery because there's a lot of watery guys in there guarding that last idol, and we're like, oh no, we learned how the water god can fight us with things that can go on land. But we all ended up remembering, oh yeah, there's a few people we have to meet here. We called up Skull, who was like, oh fuck, you're still alive? Yeah, come meet me at this inn. We all went to the inn, we had a nice conversation, learned that like one of the guys died and the rest just kind of scattered after a zombie-related incident. Thanks, Donan. Estrella and Numisa got to talk to, starts with an O, and that's like, gonna get... Odette, yes. I'm like, Obara, Ozheim, Osteoporosis. No, none of this is Odette. There's too many O names. But Odette was just like, yeah, I was your mom's babysitter when she was younger. And she was like, huh, awkward, but thanks. Also, you're old. And she's like, yeah, I am pretty old. Skull recapped us on what happened. We had some nice drinks, and we all generally got to vibe, chill, party, get locked in the closet, and enjoy the night before deciding that we're going to be planning stuff later. And now it's tomorrow morning.
It can be tomorrow morning if you want. You were given rooms.
True.
It would be night at this point because you got there probably late morning, early afternoon. You fought, and then you spent a couple hours running around helping people and making sure that the city's okay. But yes, if you want, you can all turn in for the night, get that long rest, get all your spell slots and stuff back, and then start fresh in the morning.
Might be best to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We did technically fight all day.
Yep. And while you stay here, your room and board is covered because Odette has a sweet spot for Kyria.
I need to ask her permission to call her like a granny and shit.
Mm-hmm.
which I think is how I will start the day. Just walk down, be like, "Hello, can I call you Granny?" This sounds a lot weirder than it's supposed to, but at the same time, you're technically not mine, you know.
No, that's fair. If you would like to, you can. It's been a while since anyone called me anything like that.
I will call you that then. Hehehehe.
Yes, I just settle wherever you want. I'll bring out some food for you and your friends.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Just yep, okay, great. You do. Out. I'm out.
Yep. And whoever, you're brought coffee, juice, pretty much what is oatmeal, and some dried meats for breakfast.
Who frees me from my locked closet room?
Skull will.
Eventually.
It's also his room.
Oh, just
He locked you in his room.
Did he not get to go to bed then?
Maybe.
Well, I will head down to meet up with the group.
Yeah. And Skull will also be there, drinking coffee. Trying to work off that hangover.
Did somebody say breakfast?
Breakfast, yep.
Always good for it. I'll head on down too.
Well, I imagine everybody heads down eventually.
No, it's just brekkie time, and by brekkie time, I mean lots of coffee time.
Yeah, there's lots of coffee. This is very good coffee, too.
Joanna fought all day. She ain't built like she used to.
And there is quite a bit of coffee, and it is quite good. Wherever she gets the coffee beans from, she knows how to pick them.
Okay, bueno, I guess we haven't had this coffee as good since I've been here. Not that I know what good coffee tastes like back home.
Yeah, I mean, this one's like a lighter roast of coffee, so it's got a bit of more of a citrus feel to it. Maybe a little bit more acidic. It'll be a little bit less acidic, and sort of a lighter taste. Putting my barista skills to good work.
I was gonna say you're flexing your barista skills there.
Mm.
Starbucks should give you a raise. Thank you. That's the end of my TED talk. My TED talk. My TED talk.
Your TED talk. Welcome to TED Talk. This is Saki.
Mm.
I think after we've eaten a little bit, I will pull out my notebook, my journal, which is almost done. I think I've schemed enough in that fucking book. It's almost done. This is the same one that Demisa snuck into my bag instead of giving it to me as a gift, normal people would do.
Normal people.
Yeah. It's almost done. It's very well used. She'll open it up and she'll be like, "Okay, I have a to-do list. We have a to-do list."
Done también. And as Joanna pulls out her notebook, still holding on to that cup of coffee.
So it's in any order, by the way, because I was just thinking of things to make sure we could do them. So it's in no order of importance. It's only a few things too. We talked to Kyte, the captain guard person, about oh god, Sate. Is it Sate or is it Saite?
Saite.
Saite, thank you. We talked to Kyte about Saite, see what she knows, what we can dig up. This one is a bit weird because we know we can't just enter Nike without a lot of fighting and we're going to be very outnumbered. So I have called for military backup because we kind of have that resource right now. I'm pretty sure Rephis might need it as well, but I mean that is farther along. So it would take a while for everybody to get here, but they're gonna have to be here anyways. So I mean, like, you might as well just bring them here. And the last one is research the Reavers to see if they have any like weaknesses we can exploit, or if we can bait them somewhere else.
Okay, I mean, if you like, I could go talk to Kyte.
No, I want to talk to Kyte too.
But wouldn't it be better if we go split up? You have to. I'm not gonna talk to your military.
We have several days, and the sending stone that only works once a day. So unless I make my grandpa unload a bunch of information, even then they can't. I don't know if they can talk back to me. I have no idea. The idea is that we have several days to do all of these things before we pick one to attack first.
I mean, I can cast sending 3 times a day, as long as everyone promises not to die.
I don't know if I can promise that.
Tamsin looks sharply at Marrow.
There's a god of luck that hates me. It's not my fault.
Marrow's so good at dying.
What did Marrow do to anger the bard god?
Regulus is the god of bad luck.
No. The god of luck is my grandma.
Oh
You're
yeah.
gonna piss off your grandma.
Yeah, that's right. What'd you do to piss off my grandma?
I mean, I can also raise the dead, but it's kind of expensive.
We're on a budget here. If you die, you die.
Well, I mean, if you really want to go talk to this captain as well, sure.
I do, yes. I'm the one who wants to go to the island anyways.
I mean, I think we all need to get to the island, Straya. Not just for your curse, but for that idol.
Kyte is the wrong island, Tamsin. Kyte is the dragon area, probably.
I thought that was what we were talking to Kyte about, though, was Kyte.
No.
Kyte, and then there's Nike.
2 different islands side by side.
Yep.
Oh, I thought Kyte was from Kyte, though, and that's what the notes say. Talk to Kyte about Kyte.
They are.
But Nike is where the idol is.
Yep.
Not in Kyte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's where all the Reavers have sort of come in and claimed that kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you guys have covered about asking about Kyte, I think that's probably our best bet to go first, because it'll take time for military to get here, and we have less time on the... I just make an orb shape with my hands.
The orb.
I don't want to say the dragon egg in the bag, but like the orb. Wait, specifically the adamantine dragon egg. I have to specify dragon eggs now. That one might hat. But I feel like getting there first to do that thing before, you know what I mean. I can look into anything about Nike that we might need other than just military backup, since we have Kyte very down pat right now, or Reaver weaknesses.
How often did Kyte say how often the Reavers have been attacking? It doesn't seem wise to put that off when they're actively coming for this town.
They didn't say how often, they just said it had been happening a lot for the last couple of weeks.
I personally would rather not have to fend off more attacks while we're doing research and waiting.
I mean, you can also get information about the Reavers from Kyte. She has been dealing with them for the past few weeks.
All right. When we're done eating, we'll just go visit her and see what she knows about everything.
The redhead contains all the lore in this game.
In this town, at least.
In this town. Obviously, I get one redhead. I'm gonna make it worth
I
it.
get 2, and I'm making them both count.
True.
All right. So yeah, you finish your breakfasts, and it's not hard to find like the guardhouse or anything where all the guards are. It's pretty obvious. 1, because there's a lot of guards around it, and 2, it has a sign. And you see a bunch of guards just sort of milling about. Some of them dressed up in armor. Some of them look like they're on some sort of break. And are you going to? Do you just go inside, or do you want to approach any of them?
Yeah, just approach some of them. Be like, can we speak to Kyte?
This guard looks over at you and just being like, "Oh, Kyte, yeah. Give me a minute. I think she's taking a nap. I will wake her up." And they go inside, and like a few minutes later, they come out, and then like followed them like a few seconds later is Kyte. She looks very tired. Kind of looks like maybe hastily threw on like a shirt and pants and boots, and hair is messy and all of that, and just being like, "Oh yes, thank you for showing up. I wanted to thank you again for your help yesterday."
Oh, don't mention it. We were wondering if you could answer some questions that we had.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Why don't you come on in? There's a place we can sort of sit down, and I can get some coffee in me.
Good call.
Hmm.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, I will lead you all into the barracks. It's pretty full of people. Just sort of, some people are like resting, some people are tending to their gear, some people are training. It definitely looks like people are on higher alert. This place is probably not so staffed up at this time of day. And sort of, Kyte will lead you over to what is essentially the canteen, offer you food and drink, but get a cup of coffee for herself and sit down and sort of like cup it and like sip at it and just being like, "Okay, now what can I do? I'm still gonna try to find a way to get you a reward of some kind for your help."
Maybe we could talk about that later when your city is not under a wave of attacks.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Some questions. How frequent has these attacks been?
Well, they've been off and on. Generally, there's at least one every other day.
Every other day.
Yeah. Sometimes every day at this point. Usually they're not as many as were yesterday. Usually it's only a couple of groups. And I've never seen that giant crab thing before. I hope I don't see it again.
It sounds like we should try to fix this problem as soon as possible.
It does, but you know how far everybody else is.
I mean, technically no, but I mean, I understand the weight of what you're implying.
Like, to visualize it, if we were on one end of a piece of paper, everybody else is on the other end of the piece of paper.
Yeah, I see. Well, do you know, Kyte, do you know where they are coming from? I think you mentioned it, but just,
Yeah, they're coming from. We've managed to track that they're coming from this old ruined kingdom on one of the islands out in the bay. They're coming from there. We don't really have the kind of people to mobilize any kind of counterstrike. So it's kind of, we bunker down, and I know that our mayor has already sent word asking for aid from a couple other places, see if anybody can spare any guards or soldiers to help us out.
Wow. Well, looky here. Hello, Princess of Cressa.
Oh. Oh yeah, they did have a change in regime.
Yes, we did. Couple times. Oops. But yeah. Shh. Could probably send a faster message. Don't know how fast they can get here, but we'll do that. Have you well, if they're attacking every other day, have you noticed anything different about them? Reavers don't attack solely much, so I just
I mean, until a couple of weeks ago, like, we had some scuffles with them when they attacked some of our like fishing boats, but for the most part, they just left us alone. They spent their time there, and if we got too close with our fishing boats, they'd stab us with those like spears and stuff. But as long as we left them to whatever they're doing, they usually left us to whatever we're doing. So I will take any information as to why things changed.
Gosh, is there anything else you can tell us? Just try to cover all of our bases here without, full blown fish war.
I mean, I don't really know how much, like, how their like hierarchy works or anything. They speak. They have a language. They talk to each other. I don't know what it is. So they're, but they seem very determined to do something. I'm not exactly sure what.
Okay. Then, does anybody else have any other questions about the Reaver situation? I'm looking to my party.
I don't think so. Estimation, if these attacks continue at this current pace, how long do you think the city will be able to hold?
We'll hold it as long as we can. That's really it. I don't know. We're doing all right, and we've been having a lot of people in town volunteer to help, and we have a couple of adventurers who signed up to help us out. They've been pretty helpful. And Marrow, what's your perception bonus again?
Is a plus 19.
Mm-hmm. You notice two familiar figures sort of somewhere in the background of the guard sort of thing. It's the other two drow.
It's the other two guys!
The guy and the girl. The hunk and the woman.
Oh my, I kind of want to say hi. I'm gonna just look at Estrella and then like look to the guys. Like I'm just like look, but gesturing with my eyes.
Oh, you found the gays. You can go talk to them if you want.
I'm gonna go talk to the gays.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna continue with this, and by continue with this, I mean I'm going to ask Kyte, do you mind if I take a look at your inventory? Because I can make a very decent guesstimation about how long you'll hold out.
I mean, any help that you can offer, I will gladly take. I did not expect that my first big thing, becoming guard captain, would be having to defend my city from a fish person siege.
Well, everybody's got their thing. Maybe you'll be known as Kyte the Fish Killer.
I think there's a few other things I'd rather be known as.
Well, yeah, name pending.
That's kind of a lame name. Don't tell him I said that, though.
We are all in the room.
I'm like whispering this really loud. Like it's trying to be a secret, but it's not.
Yeah.
Besides that, we've heard that you've been to Kyte before.
Okay. What's your perception bonus?
Got it? 20?
20? Okay. Yeah, you immediately notice that Kyte tenses up when you say that, and then they're just like, yeah, it's pretty common knowledge that I grew up there.
Do you think you could tell us more about it? We are interested in visiting.
I mean, good luck with that. I mean, it's pretty insular. They don't really like letting people leave. I kind of was a special exception, and you know, it's a kingdom. You know, they have and you don't even have to roll to just being like, they're bullshitting this. They're very much just like, yeah, it's a kingdom with, like, you know, houses and people.
Could I vibe check them in any way? Like, I've been around a dragon for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Could I do that kind of vibe check?
Give me for this, let's do a Arcana.
Arcana, you said?
Out of context knowledge, but Aubrey did say that she'd make the redheads count, so like.
Yeah, no, I remember. Thank God I'm playing a high-end person, 35.
35. You know, as Kyte is doing this, you know, they kind of do the nervous thing where the person like rubs their neck. And, you know, as she does this, you know, she pulls some of her hair back slightly, and you notice this kind of patch of scales on her neck for a moment before, like, she lets her hair fall back down.
I bust out the Draconic and just go, so are you what I'm looking for? You know, grr, rar. I hold up Rosalite, doing the grr and rar.
It's safe to say you almost get kind of heart attack in that moment.
Oh shit, wait. Medic!
Oh, and then in Draconic, Jones like, oh, you speak Draconic también? Wow.
And
of course I do. I have a whole baby.
Not you. I'm talking to Kyte.
Oh, I see.
And Kyte is suddenly just like, I realize I have to go check out some encampments. Why don't you come for a walk with me?
Can I bring my whole team?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, Meryl's doing her thing. Yeah, Meryl's talking to the gays.
Later.
Mm-hmm. You know, and so, Meryl, I will ask you, which one of them do you approach first? They're not standing near each other. They're sort of on. You notice that Abe is sort of with some of the other guards, like tending to their equipment, and Tress is sort of over in like med bay, like patching people up.
I kind of want to talk to the hunk first because I'm personally biased. I do like hunks.
Yeah, and when you approach Abe, it is very similar to like what happened with Skull. Like he looks at you and he like does a double take, and then it's literally almost just like, holy crap, you're alive.
I lived, bitch. How are you doing?
I'm all right. You know, it's been interesting since I last saw you.
You'll have to tell me all about it. Just smile.
Well, if you have time to, I mean, I got equipment to finish fixing up. I mean, if you want to join me and help with any of this, I can, I guess, tell you what happened.
Yeah, of course. I don't know how good I am at fixing up equipment, but I will try my best.
Do you have crafting?
That's the thing I constantly fail on for cooking. So
I mean, yet again, I'm not gonna make you roll. Is like, if you have crafting, this is all pretty basic gear. This is like level 1 gear.
you know what? I'm gonna roll just to see what happens.
Oh no.
What would I have to roll to succeed, Aubrey?
Literally a 20. No, a 15.
I got a 12. Which is actually pretty good.
You rolled a 1?
No, I have a +1. I rolled an 11, so 12. I don't have
You're
a
doing your
crafting.
best, but you're really no good at any of this. Yeah, and Abe is just like, yeah, I mean, once we got here, we've sort of learned that the expedition that we were going to do is just like wasn't going to happen. So we just started taking random jobs, and yeah, and then one thing led to another, and yeah, there's one less of us now.
I did hear a bit of this story already from Skull, but why did you
The
guys?
drunkard.
Why did you guys stop traveling together?
You know, you lose a friend, kind of changes things. Kind of, I guess we all blame each other. And, you know, every time I look at them and just think of Vez.
I think all of you do genuinely need therapy, and I know a good therapist if you'd like a recommendation.
I mean, do I have to pay for therapy? I can't say this job as a guardsman pays a lot.
I'll see what I can do. I'm just mentally taking notes. Like, I don't know how much Australia would charge me to get these guys therapy, if anything. I don't think she would.
It would not even be me charging. It would be her dad.
True.
I don't own my dad.
Yeah, I'm like, would Australia cover? I don't know what Australia is willing to pay for right now.
Yeah, that's a different conversation. But in terms of charging, I really hope my dad is at least making something for his hard work.
I hope. I don't know how much it would be, but I can do what I can to try and find something affordable. Just like shrug emoji, like, listen, therapy. We need more therapists in Cyrene, I think. So why this job?
I mean, you know, it can help. I don't have a lot of skills that don't involve fighting. And, you know, this place needs anybody who can fight. You know, Press is using her healing skills to, you know, keep everybody patched up and going.
I see. I have a few things to ask her as well, but I am glad that you at least you're still around and with us, you know? I mean, even like a pat on the shoulder, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be around, I'll be around. You know, we'll grab a drink sometime.
Yeah, of course. It's nice to see familiar faces after a long time of traveling. It's been a long series of events, and I think the guy that doesn't like you also doesn't like me anymore, and there's a lot of stories involving that.
Yeah, I guess that was the reason why weird undead things came after us.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot, and I think it's too much to drop on you in the middle of cleaning weapons or fixing weapons.
It's valid, yeah. Like I said, just find me. I'm usually here or at the tavern that's pretty close to here when I do take a break.
Yeah, of course. And I'll see what I can do about therapy. Just taking notes like, God, I have to get everyone therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to bug Tress as well, but I want to let everyone else get to talk to the dragon as well.
Yeah, you do notice that it seems like everybody's like filing outside.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna tell the group that I'll catch up with them, and I'm gonna stay behind for Tress if you guys want to do your thing.
So yeah, you all leave the guard post, and you know, you Kyte is most definitely not dressed for like inspections or anything like that. But she wanted to get out of there. So, eventually she gets far enough away that no one can hear her, and, she turns to all of you and then just says in Draconic, "So how much do you know?"
Literally nothing. This is me guessing.
Okay, well, freaked out
Also,
over.
you're not the first one we've run into. Also, maybe we should speak in common because two of the group, they don't speak.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were all like me.
Oh no, nothing like you at all.
Okay. Solzrum pokes his head out of the bag.
Isn't he with me?
Oh no, he's with you. Never mind.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
he
yeah,
doesn't get warm,
yeah, you left him behind.
Yeah.
Unless Zolzrum wants to pop out, he's a moving poppet.
Yep.
Excuse me for being rude, but what exactly do you mean, like you?
They just go point to themselves and they go, "In Draconic, dragon."
Oh, no. Like we are friends, right? Look at us here, we're friends, yes?
Friends to some. We have I guess sealed away others. With good reason though. But friends to most. We travel with one, but he's not here with us right now. Unless and I look behind, is there a Zolstrom cameo?
Solzrum coming out of the guard captain, just like tiny poppet flailing his hands above his head. "Wait for me."
Someone go get them.
Finally, I'm left unsupervised.
Joanna will go grab Solzrum and bring them back, holding with both hands.
He is one, though, no proper body. And she is one, and I hold up Rosalite. But, baby, and
Oh.
maybe we have more babies. But, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, let's just say that island is exactly what you think it is.
I see. So you guys have been hidden this whole time. Wow.
Yeah, we've mostly all decided, beside a few of us that have left and like traveled the world, that it's better, at least for a while, maybe for another 1,000 years, that we kind of just hide,
And why is it that you did leave?
Well, I didn't disagree with anybody, but I very much wanted to get out and see the world. We're allowed to, once we get to a certain age, like if we want to, we can go, we can leave, and then come back eventually. So that was my initial plan, and then I got here, and I didn't really get past here. Kind of just ended up here as a guard, which has actually kind of helped because I can deflect any kind of suspicion from Kyte and make sure that they get all of the resources that they need.
Do you think we could convince them to help us with the Reaver issues? On the promise of resources? It's low-key kind of my thing. Me flexing the new, shiny, brand new connections feet.
You'd have to talk to I hesitate to call him a king, but it's the closest thing we have. You'll have to talk to him. I can get you to Kyte. I know in a couple of days that the two people they usually send out to collect, the resources will be arriving to collect what I've set aside for them. So you can meet up with them and I can vouch for you, which I hope I'm not making a mistake in vouching for you. But I don't think I am.
Do you want to see the eggs? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I see the one you're holding. And I see that one. Zolzrum is like, hello.
Oh yeah, Zolzrum, Kyte, Zolzrum.
Oh, Zolzrum. Oh. Okay, that'll actually help a lot.
If Dragon's like the Zolzrum?
Zolzrum using his ancient clout.
Man's a celebrity.
I mean... But yeah, and Kyte is like, yeah, in 2 days or so, they'll come collect the resources, and you can take the boat back with them. I'll vouch for you, and having all of this will help. And you can talk to my father.
Oh my god, are you like a dragon princess?
Oh, I guess. We don't really, he's the leader. It's kind of the closest thing to like a king. There's no like real royalty, I guess.
Prime Minister Dragon. I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking of Justin Trudeau as a dragon now. Dick.
Fucking stop. I'm just chortling. I'm still looking at my push talk. I'm like, don't do Justin True Dragon to me.
Oh, not my.
Hold on, I Photoshop something.
Oh god. That's awesome.
Yes, you can talk to my father, and I'll vouch for you and all of this, and you can see what she can do. Maybe you can convince him to actually do something. I guess we're all there mostly worried about being noticed.
By the GODS?
Yep.
No. Okay, well, now I'm gonna look at the group. Now I wish Mira was here for sign language, but, I
have sign language.
You have sign language, okay, to Joanna. And this time I stand firmly behind, like, like my back is to Kyte while I sign, like, how much should we tell her about everything?
That would be a lot to throw on someone before we fully could trust them.
That's true, but I don't want to go anywhere without... I think the last thing we want to do is get stuck on an island of people who probably hate us or want absolutely nothing to do with us.
Maybe we have this conversation in a crowd now full of people with weapons.
That is true. I will look at Kyte and go, okay, we'll talk to you later. Unless anybody else has anything they want to talk about.
Doesn't sound like it. So, we'll jump back to you, Marrow, who, you approach Tress. And, pretty much you get the exact same reaction that you got from Abe and Skull of being, holy shit, you are alive.
I gotta ask at this point, did you guys really think I would die that quickly?
I mean, I haven't heard from you in months.
That's fair. It is hard to...
And then, the whole place you were headed to was burned to the ground.
Right. That too. Well, I just like pat myself on the chest like I lived. I heard roughly what happened from everyone and everything that went on. How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing the best I can. Just using what skills I have to help out here where I can.
Aubrey, refresh my memory. She was a cleric of Doan, right? She probably got fucking
No,
disowned.
she was a I don't think she was a Doan. No, she was Rin. She was a cleric of Rin.
She's a cleric of Ren?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Why did I think Doan? I was like, oh, interesting. But nice. She's a cleric of a good dude, I guess.
Yep.
I was gonna say they lost all their powers. If she's still healing, then
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like,
She's also doing. She's mostly doing just like regular medicine, but she's using healing spells where needed.
Yeah, I was like, hold on a second. Am I getting whiplash here? I don't know why I thought that then. But yeah, I mostly just wanted to check in, make sure you were doing okay. If I can find a good therapist within budget, I can recommend you, but I have no promises.
It's okay. I mean, I'm doing the best I can. You know, work keeps me busy.
I can tell. These attacks have been going on for a few weeks now, I've heard.
Yeah, it's worrying, because I know there is eventually a breaking point. We can only hold out for so long, especially if they continue ramping up like they do.
Mm-hmm. There was a new enemy, apparently a crab. A very big one. It was not very friendly, and it got disintegrated, but... Do you think you guys will be okay?
I mean, we'll do our best. You know, that's about as much as we can do.
Only somewhat reassuring. Well, after everything, you better not get killed.
Yeah. Same for you.
I will absolutely do my best to not get killed for the first time ever.
Good.
Well, I better catch up with my group. They took my my companion. I have no idea why, so I better figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Maybe you can go outside and meet up with the rest of the group.
Hey guys, did you say anything?
At a point where Kyte is gonna head back inside, I guess.
Oh, hey guys, what happened?
Well, Estrella.
I just signed. We found the dragons.
Oh, I guess I'm back, like, kind of like obscured, like, oh, nice. This Kyte knows about dragons?
Kyte is one. Your mom was right though. On the location part. Good for her.
I just pause, eyes wide, and decide back. I really gotta stop missing these lore drops.
Yup. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm sorry. Yup.
That's fine. It's just very convenient. I want to take Zolzer back from my bag, even though Aubrey's not here. Aubrey's getting water. Zolzer taking a big sip out of a cup, and I just put him back in the bag. Like, there you go.
Oh, Joanna. Yeah, just like hands him back. Just there you go.
We gotta talk about what we want to do, though. We might talk more to see if we can get the people of Cytec to help instead, since they're literally neighbors. And that is a lot more closer than whatever army I could get.
Most definitely, yes. And given you guys as people and your skill, I get the feeling they already have like an audience with their leader or something.
We might, yeah. I mean, we'll get on the boat for it, and Kyte will vouch for us. But my issue is, I don't feel too comfortable not telling them more about us, or at least about me.
Right. Well, given the tensions I see, I think it's fine, at least on my end and our group's end, the HUDs that have been going on in our relationships with the gods, simply for full transparency and safety. If this is a kingdom of people, then there are potentially baby people that could be endangered if we end up leading dangers there, you know?
And what does the rest of the group feel about this?
Baby P. What's wrong with me?
Zelzrum says, I mean, it can't hurt. At least talking to them, and maybe they have some information.
Speaking of talking, if we see another attack before we speak to these other people, perhaps we could take one of them and try and ask a little about what it is they're doing and why they're attacking here. If they've held that kingdom for a while and haven't come back.
I don't know if I speak the language, but I can't hurt to try.
I can fix that.
I don't like the way you said that. Please explain.
Oh, no, I cast it on Joanna before. Are you familiar with the spell tongues?
Oh, yes. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that is much more helpful.
Well, it's better to just talk to them about it instead of like revealing it later on. Also, Mero is right. There could be baby people there that we wouldn't want to endanger.
Do me?
I think that's a fine plan.
Groony?
Sounds good to me.
Everybody's spoken, right? Oh wait, Rosie? Rosie! Baby has
Yep.
words too.
Yep.
Good, you want to go see the other dragons?
More people.
More people, yes. Okay, well, I mean, if we're all good with it, I'll still send. One of us will still send word to Cressa, or probably, yeah, Cressa's the closest. For this place, just in case. But fingers crossed, you know. I will probably have to talk to Kyte. Maybe, I don't know, tomorrow. Does tomorrow sound good? I'm worried about. Actually, wait a minute. It's like fucking 10 a.m. Never
Yep.
mind. I'll just talk to her after lunch.
Yeah.
We should also. Well, I want to. You guys don't have to, but stay on alert for any more attacks. Just because if they've been happening this frequently, lending a helping hand again is a good idea.
You don't even need to fucking ask if we're gonna stay here. Like, what are we gonna do? Sit down and watch everybody? Another crab comes out of the ocean. We're like, okay.
Just
Yes.
disintegrate it.
And they've set up like warning bells like around the city. So if you listen out for those, you'll know when anything like that happens.
I do want to low-key ask Zalzum if this is like a place with a lot of people. Do you think maybe he has any relatives that he'd want to try finding as a slim chance? Because like, out of character, he has a lot of kids. Maybe there's one there. I don't know. This is a stretch, I think, but it's like reunite him with his family potentially.
Yeah. Zolzrum goes, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure what happened to most of them.
Well, I guess we can give it a very good look to see if we find anything.
Yes. Well, I can give you the names of the ones that I feel like are most likely there.
Yeah, that works. Take out my notepad.
So the ones that would have been even-tempered enough to not get themselves into trouble and maybe hide away like this were probably Pythios and Hyperion.
Nice. Those are fancy names.
Those fancy fucking names, Jesus.
I mean, I like to, give a child a good name.
That's fair. Names are important. Ignoring mine, anyway. Ignoring the god above that named me. We can certainly look around and see if we can find them. But for now, we just put them back in my backpack and just be like, we should... I don't know, we have free time. Explore?
Have lunch.
Try and take over the world.
No.
Not that part.
Would very prefer we do not take over the world. Actually, depends. Depends who's left. But
Estrella.
depends who's left.
Estrella. Anyways, Estrella's plots to take over the world aside, I say we look around for a nice place to have lunch.
There's a lot of seafood places here.
You know, I feel like I was asked a hypothetical question what I would get at a seafood restaurant if I went, so I think I'm planned as to what I get at the seafood restaurant.
Oh, maybe they used the crab was turned to ash. Never mind.
Yeah,
Gone.
it would have fed people for days.
It would have. Well, now it's all gooped. Anyways, I'm excited. I want to go eat somewhere because the food here might taste like home.
Aww.
We're both very close to cities. We could serve basically the same thing. I'm very excited.
Potentially. Let's see what's there.
Yeah, you managed to find. Are you going for something fancy or something, more run of the mill?
Run of the mill. I want local.
Local, yeah. There's a place down by the docks. It is like a crab shack. You order food and they bring out just this giant plate just full of crab and some vegetables and like shrimp and things like that. It's like a gold per person, but you get so much food.
So much crab.
And vegetables. Your favorite, Meryl.
There's potatoes, there's corn, and there's a few other things in there as well.
I immediately break eye contact with Estrella.
Eat the vegetables, Meryl.
Fine. I'll eat the vegetables.
Good.
This is only because I don't know how to get the crab legs open, and I'm just gonna save you asking me to eat the vegetables and just ask you how to open the crab legs now.
Oh, Meryl would be
me
very
just
good at opening crab
snap
legs.
them.
No, it's okay, but Meryl doesn't know, so I will be opening the crabs for Meryl.
You gotta show them how and they can do it, but they haven't done it before, I don't think. They just crush the whole thing in their hands and like all the shell gets in the meat and they're like, that didn't work.
No. I shook them open.
Straight opening the crabs as fast as possible. Mero just eating them at Mach speed. It's an endless cycle.
Hey everybody, Aubrey here with a fun little announcement. Goblets and Gaze is now an affiliate over at Adventure Dice, and we know how much we all love those math rocks. So if you need some new math rocks in your life, go over to adventuredice.ca and in the checkout code, enter our promo code GOBLETS for 10% off. But also, they have dice. They have other TTRPG accessories and tabletop goodies, dice trays, condition rings, and things like that, little spell casting stuff. Great stuff there. Go check them out and support our show. Thank you.
Is there a library or somewhere to do research here or no?
Yes, but it's not going to be like as well stocked as Ozheim's library. But there is a library. There's a wizard here who does have a sort of like a library that he allows people to use.
Oh, a wizard's library, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to head to the library with anyone else who
Mhm.
wants to do research.
I want to spend quality time with Tamsin, so I'll go.
I will always miss Tamsin lore, it looks like, because for the sake of not fucking speaking, I will I won't, I'll go see Kyte.
Okay. Mhm.
Joanna will go with the stray at the sea kite then.
Okay. So yeah, you will find the library and you enter, and there's sort of this this guy behind the counter, and he's sort of like got his feet sort of kicked up, and he's reading a book. And like as you enter, he puts the book down sort of in a way that like he's just gonna pick it back up once he's done talking to you. And he says, welcome. Feel free to look around or anything. Check with me if you need to check anything out. If you have any questions about anything, I can do my best to help you.
Is this your library, or do you work here?
Bit of both. Yeah, I mean, this is my library. I've been curating it. Well, I took it over from the person who started it, and it's kind of like my apprentice will take it over when I'm no longer here. And.
Ah, I see. Could you point us to your religion section?
Yeah, it should be over there. He sort of points off to his right. Can't miss it. Big sign above it says religion.
Yeah. I want to look up anything about the sea god to see if I can get any more information on, like, how or why maybe they would be supporting the Reavers newly, question mark. Or if I can find anything about the Reavers themselves.
Yeah. Give me a religion check.
I do also have library lore.
Oh, library lore works.
Can I assist with a religion check?
Yes.
Thank you, because I'm actually okay at religion. It seems when helping Tamsin, my dice really appreciate it, so that is a nat 20 for a total of 37.
Hey.
Yeah, that is a +2 for you, Tamsin.
Okay, so that's a 32.
32. So yeah, I mean, you're looking up stuff about the sea god, and it's just kind of like everything and anything that is in the sea is in his dominion. Kind of can he control it? Probably. No one has really settled on if it's like he controls it like Aquaman. But at least if it is in his dominion and he has dominion over it. And anything specific about the Reavers? Was there anything specific you were looking for?
I think sort of where they're from, like, did something happen? Is there a reason that they're now taking over this other island? Like,
no one really knows where the Reavers came from, but they have been known to settle on like abandoned islands like this, and sort of take them over and make them their little kingdoms. Usually they don't stay. Usually they very much move with the seasons. Because they are they very much need to be where it is warm. So when it stops being warm, they generally vacate and head further south.
interesting.
And you are getting
Okay.
into the fall months.
Right, and is it warm here?
Yes, but it's got like that kind of like little bit of a chill, especially early in the morning and at night. It's got that like very end of summer, beginning of fall kind of thing.
Okay, but like, would I have reason to believe that like this temperature band would be like habitable to them in the summer? Or does it seem like, or in the summer, or in the fall, or does it seem like they should be moving on and they haven't?
Yeah, it definitely seems like they should be moving on, and they haven't.
Cool. Do I want to enlist this child into crime? Mero, do you want to do library crime?
Sure, what do you need?
I'm going to go talk to that wizard slash doorkeeper and just take a look and see if they have any interesting books about the Feywild that might be useful.
I'm just gonna look at Tamsin and be like, really quietly, do you want me to keep the books?
Yes, Mero, I want you to keep the books.
Okay, noted.
And I'm gonna go chat up the wizard.
Okay.
I'm gonna steal books, I guess.
So Tamsin, I'm gonna need you to make a performance check. And Mero, I'm gonna need you to make a thievery check.
Can I sell you on Arcana in that I am a wizard and they are a wizard and I just want to talk shop?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna use my thing for this, hero point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
Right.
37.
37? Okay.
I'm using
Cool.
my hero point because in the duality of getting a nat 20, I got a nat 1 afterwards. So let's just use that 1 hero point to steal. I mean, it's not a nat 1, but it's only going to be like what, a 24, I think, which is not very good for my standards.
Yeah, you don't manage to get out the door with them, and he's just like, if you want to check books out, just come over here. You don't have to walk out with them.
I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat and it's just like, I'm sorry, this is gonna kill Mero, them using their hero point. I'm like, it's fine. I'm just gonna kind of look at Tamsin, look at them, and be like, okay. I'm just gonna go over to check out the books.
Yeah.
Follow the rules of the library.
Yep.
Tamsin's like, did a Midas never teach you not to leave a paper trail?
It's almost as if there's a god of luck that is fucking with me today.
So you do that. He takes down your name and what books you check out, and then hands you a little slip, and he's just like, yeah, just have him back in a couple of weeks.
All right. And I'll head out and just look at Tamsin and just be like, you see, Tamsin, there's this strange curse that I have. It's called having a ridiculous swinging luck. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's very bad.
Have you talked to Estrella about that? She seems to have good luck, and I think she's pretty good at curses.
I think this is a curse beyond even Estrella.
Estrella sneezes from across the other place. I sneeze. Which is impossible. We are right by the sea.
Sally?
I think this is a god that hates me. Not the typical god, some other god. But it's fine. I got the books anyways.
Is that at least?
You did. Thank you for accompanying me.
Yeah, it was worth a try, and it honestly should have gone a lot better than that.
Well, maybe you're a little distracted? I saw you running off to talk to those 2 other people, and then at the inn last night, that skull. Who were they?
Oh, they're a group of traveling drow that I've made acquaintance with in the past. You can... you promise not to get mad at them.
That depends on what they did.
You have to promise not to get mad.
Just tell me what happened, Mero.
I don't like that tone, Tamsin. Long story short, back when I was a teenager at home, I spent some time getting used to outside of the castle. I wasn't allowed out very much, and I decided to explore a bit too far out. Those drow were a group that ventured in a bit too far, and we kind of got into a bit of a scuffle, as in they thought I was, something from the underworld going to kill them, and they kind of stabbed my face, and just gestures to, like, all the scarring is like that. And ran. And we met on the surface, which was a very weird meeting, but, like, we're cool now. It was generally an accident and misunderstanding. I mean, if I was in a strange place and I saw a strange person, I would be very scared as well.
Yeah. You oversell the fact that they were pretty much teenagers
They
at the
were
time.
also teenagers, I will specify that. They were like, they were teenagers. We were all teenagers at the time. Hashtag just teenager things.
Ah, I see. And this was at the edge of the underworld, you said?
I forget how far I'd gotten out, because there are, like, the rings. I had been going a bit further into the area where it's more dangerous. I was curious, to say the least, as to what was out there. I don't remember exactly how far I got. I don't know exactly how far in they were, but once we had our alertification, they were tossed out of the underworld again, I think. Shoot out, like little bugs, Shoot them out. Shoot.
Timson nods and I think looks a little pensive, but says, thank you for sharing, and if you don't bear any grudge against them, then I don't see why I would. As you said, it seems understandable venturing in a new, scary place.
But what was that pensive look for, Tamsin? Leaning my head closer, like, what was that pensive look for, Tamsin?
It's strange to think about a group of children visiting the underworld and meeting you when I had far greater reason than them to try and never did.
I don't even know if they went intentionally or not. Well, the underworld, getting there is a very tricky and strange. Why didn't you try to go to the underworld?
Yet when Amidas didn't come back, it was just... I asked our old group if they could find her, and she was just gone. I thought that maybe either she had died on the trip there, on the trip back, or simply chose not to return, and if that was the choice she made, if seeing her parents made her want to stay there, I wasn't going to undermine that decision. I should have looked. I should have gone. I should have tried harder.
What's done is done, I think. You did everything that you knew that you could in the moment, and regretting it is... I guess the only reason to regret something is to make sure you don't repeat it in the future. But... I mean, hey, look what you're doing now and everything. You're doing a lot of good, helpful things, is the best way I can put it. Just gives her a little pat. It's just like, I'm gonna be here to say it as many times as you need to hear it, that you're becoming a better person than you give yourself credit for.
one of Jeremy's little snake heads, like, butts up against Mara's hand, like, friendly.
I forget about that every time. Hi, Jeremy. Just gonna pat Jeremy on the head.
Thank you, Mara. I appreciate you saying that.
Of course. And, this might be a weird offer, but if you ever figure out that, I don't know if you can, but that spell that can link people's memories, if you want to see some of mine, of her and what life was like, I'm not sure if you'd want to, but the offer's on the table. Like a trip down memory lane.
I think that Tamsin looks a little, I don't know, stricken, and says, I would have to think about that, but I do really appreciate the offer, Mara, and if you ever want to see anything of our life, of how she was before, I would be happy to share that as well.
Did she usually cheat during chess, too? Or is that a new development?
No, she certainly did.
Okay, that's good to know. I feel like we're just gonna share like a few little like funny stories here and there. I don't have any off the top of my head, I'm sorry. Just lighten the mood a bit. Read over some books. Only give some therapy to the MILF. She needs it. She's assigned MILF now.
Marrow to everyone else. Yeah, I can find your cheap therapist. Marrow. No, I'm personally involved in this, but I can be the free therapist. It's fine.
No. Marrow's not a therapist. They're not certified to be a therapist. At Tamsin, hey, I know a therapist if you need one, though. I can try to hook you up. I'm trying to hook as many people up to this therapist as I can at this point.
So yeah, gonna go find her.
Yeah. So yeah, when you do, she's still in the guard post. Looks like she's looking over the map with some of the other guards, sort of planning patrols and things like that. But when she sees all of you, she sort of excuses herself and just sort of lets them continue and comes over to you and then just like, is everything all right?
Yes, probably. We thought you should know a few things, so I just needed to check with the group to see what they were okay with you knowing. Answer is apparently everything. So, do you have some time?
Yeah. I actually do need to do an inspection now, so if you want to walk with me, we can talk on the way. So, and then once you get outside, she'll turn to you and just sort of be like, okay, so what's up?
Okay, so, I am under the assumption, and I will just assume it, unless you correct me, that, a good reason why, Saite is so, strictly hidden is because of, GODS. So like three of us are related by blood and
GODS?
yes.
Have they also been trying to kill you?
Oh yes.
Oh, good to know.
We've got the bad ones, which are the popular ones, and then we have the good ones, which are very not popular, but I'm low-key trying to make them popular in a super colonial way, So we have those issues, and we just, We also have Fae issues, but like tomato. So
Yeah, that's siren issues.
yeah, it's just siren issues at this point. So yeah, we're coming in with a lot of baggage, and I don't want to drag you or people into it, especially since you work so hard to stay away from it.
I mean, to be fair, I am one of the people that thinks we should get into it. That's kind of why I left.
That okay. You have a point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our inaction, I don't think helps anybody, but I can understand wanting to protect the few of us there are. There's not many of us, and dragons don't grow up quickly.
Yes, there is that part too. I mean, as long as I am I feel better. Is the best way to put it. I don't want to. I don't want to start shit. I have so much shit. And speaking of dragon related shit, you wouldn't happen to know more about perhaps a dragon by the name of Fasala?
Out of character, remind me.
That's the fucking dragon who put a curse on my dad. That is the other that I have
Okay.
her egg.
Stops for a second, thinks.
Thalassa. I think that's the
Thalassa,
name I
yeah.
said, yes.
Okay, and just goes, no, there's nobody in Kyte with that name. It sounds vaguely familiar, but it's not exactly like we study dragon history when we live there.
Okay, oh damn. I have no idea how much help you'll be. I have another problem that involves dragon curses, and she's apparently the one who did it, but I have no idea if she's alive, it's a shot in the dark there.
I mean, when you get to Kyte, I'd say look up Tanwen, and she can definitely tell you more about curses and things like that. Not really my thing. I'm more of the stab things with the sword or, other things.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm doing my best to hold back a lot of questions that I don't want to unload on you.
Oh, I mean, look, I got time. If you have questions, I'll do my best to answer them.
Yeah. Should
What
I make
color are you?
some coffee?
We're on a patrol.
I have a thermos. 1 second.
What color dragon are you?
Points to her hair.
Okay, I didn't realize it'd be that obvious. I didn't want to assume that you just happen to look like the dragon from Trek. Who is actually more pink than red, but whatever. So that means you breathe fire?
Yeah, when I'm in that form.
Oh, that's so cool. So I'm assuming then the person, your father, is also the same color. Do you guys come out the same color? Oh, that's fucking bad. That's real bad out of context.
Yes. My
Look,
father.
I didn't come out the same color. If you look at me and my siblings, we're all different shades of fucking brown.
Yes. Cadmus, my father, is also the same color as me.
How old are you?
I think I am about 160.
You're so old. That's so cool. You guys really do grow slowly.
Wow, you look
Yeah,
incredible for your age.
Thank you. I have apparently thousands more years to live.
Oh, wow.
I'm barely considered an adult.
Most people are.
Yeah. I'm like, this is the equivalent of being 20 and saying you're an adult.
Oh, same boat then, actually, if that's the guesstimate. Um, how long does it take to get there?
On a boat, it can take depending on how fast the boat is. They've got a pretty fast boat. It can take about most of a day. A little bit faster if you're going with the current.
Oh, it's actually pretty fast.
It's just across the bay.
That's true. Well, if it's just across the bay, then how come not more locals here know about it?
They know of Kyte, and they know it's the kingdom that, no one goes to, and no one leaves.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, like, scary reputation. That
Most
makes
people
sense.
just think we're part of some cult.
Cults. That's fun.
Joanna now sipping out of the thermos cup that she put some instant coffee into. Yes, cults.
We did find dragon eggs, technically. Do you think they would want them back then?
I mean, they might ask if you want them to be raised with the other dragons, but I don't think anyone's gonna take them.
We will cross that bridge. We will cross that bridge when we cross it. I have no idea what even my lifespan is. 100% honest, so we might just have to at some point. I don't know. Oh yeah, if you guys don't go out much, then I'm assuming you wouldn't just leave eggs out in the open. This thing really did come from the sky, huh?
Yeah, I mean we've heard the stories of, I believe it's 6 that fell from the sky.
See? Oh.
I mean that's what some of us have been leaving to try and go find them. I think somebody did find one very far north, but I'm unsure.
Well,
Oh shit.
that's a lot more dragon eggs than we thought.
Yeah, a lot more.
See, I found this one by accident. Cults.
Yeah, cults.
Cults. There's all the babies. Oh my god. Okay. Yorana, did you want to ask anything?
At this moment, I'm trying to write down history and information about Cyrene, but also I'm not gonna do that without your kingdom's consent. So I'm just here to make it seem less suspicious.
God, your kingdom. Yeah. What's is there any specific resources you're lacking? Because that might help me with a bargain.
I mean, we always need more. There's only so much we can get from our own lands and what I arrange over here. So, more food and things like that.
Okay, that actually does help quite a bit when I think about it. I think I'm good.
Anybody else have anything they want to ask Kyte?
I'm not there, but yes and no, because we could just ask if, Kyte knows the Zoldrum names. Do you know these two? Do they exist to your memory?
Oh yeah, and he did mention them during lunch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I would have heard them. Yeah, sure. You wouldn't happen to know a Pythios or a Hyperion by any chance?
Yes, they both live on the island.
Oh, dope. I think Zolstrom went with Marrow, but we can tell him. Although your kids are alive.
I'll be happy to see him. We've always wondered what happened to Zolzrum.
Bad things.
I can guess by the fact that he is a stuffed animal now.
Okay, so I have one more question since you reminded me about the stuffed animal part. So we did kill like 3 dragons, and we are currently carrying one of them in a sword. I promise you they deserved it, but is that...
Or maybe something you don't mention unless somebody explicitly asks. Maybe just skirt around that part.
Yeah. You can't sense it, can you? Cause then it's going to be even more awkward to explain.
If they're sealed away, we definitely can sense it.
Okay. Good to know.
So, everyone meets back up eventually. It's probably mid-afternoon at this point. What would you like to do?
Commune. So, I would go, well, firstly, Zolzrum, both your kids that you mentioned are on the island.
Oh, that's good. I look forward to seeing them again.
Yes. Secondly, asked a bunch of questions. She seemed pretty chill about, knowing our bits with the GODS. So we should be good. Just don't mention, and I just pointed to Misa's sword. Don't mention that unless it's brought up. Don't.
Mouth zipped up.
What did you guys find? More Tamsin lore?
Maybe. Oh, Astrea, I seem to be cursed by something that gives me terrible luck in the moment and good luck at completely random times. Can you fix it?
Can I curse Lord Marrow? Well, would you look at that? Wait a minute. I am re-rolling again just to see if the outcome changes or not. It gets worse. It would appear that your curse affects me when it comes to looking at you for a curse. I'm gonna roll again a curse lore just to prove a point. Look at me proving that point. Huh.
What did you roll?
5, 4, 7.
God.
And my curse lore is a plus 22, but I'm just saying I'm rolling singular digits just for this. Whereas, for example, let me curse lore Tamsin. Would you look at that? A nat 20. So is Tamsin cursed?
Tamsin, I don't know. Is Tamsin cursed?
I don't think so. I mean, they have like the whole like hag call thing happening to them, but that's not a curse, really.
I just get the vague, oh my god, fag. I get the vague, fey vibes. I just go, oh, look at that. I ended up finding something else. Yeah, no, maybe you are cursed because I can't even vibe check you for it.
It's a specific curse, it seems. Like, you've seen me do stuff with perfection and then immediately terribly botch it the next second with no explanation. Something weird is going on with my life and I don't like it.
Did you piss off my... I guess technically, yeah. Did you ever piss off my grandma?
I don't think so.
Have you ever met any of the other GODS?
Oh no, it's because you take bones that you don't kill the things.
No, it's not that.
Maybe you just need to eat more fruits and vegetables.
Or that.
No, I feel like it's an inexplicable force beyond God.
Yeah, it's
That
called
could be
vitamins, honey.
No. You know what? Fine. If it'll help me get over this luck, I'll try eating vegetables daily.
Okay, bueno.
Other than Marrow's may or may not be luck cursed, I did read in a book a little about the Reavers, and it seems like they tend to migrate. They've been known to settle on abandoned islands, but they usually don't stay. They sort of move with the seasons to where it's warm, and it seems like they should be moving on from Nike rather than settling in there.
Well, that would explain why sometimes they're in Seoul then. You don't think it's going to hurt them if they stay, do you?
I mean, it probably isn't pleasant if they're cold-blooded staying in the cold, but they must have a reason for doing it.
Demisa pointed out last episode about the potential mind control thingies, yeah? I'll go under that assumption then and just go, well, if they are being controlled, that would make sense, right? The super consistent, insistent attacks here. Do you think they're after something here?
If they're being controlled, it seems like someone is after something here. I'm more concerned about that altar you saw to the Fae idol, and if they're worshipping that and working in conjunction with the sea god.
No, that could be a whole thing too, yeah.
And then,
I mean, sorry.
There was the one you joined past with last time, and you got the whole thing about sacrifice as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Has anyone ever been taken by the Reavers?
Well, that sounds like something we should ask Kyte.
Go up again. Hey, Kyte, has anyone been taken by the Reavers?
Why don't we just invite Kyte to dinner?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's just do that instead. Like, send her a message or something.
You want me to send her a message?
Yes, please, Brune. Invite her to dinner over at the Hanged Man.
Hey, Kyte, it's Groon. You are really awesome, but your nickname still kind of stinks. But that's all right. We were wondering if you could come. I think that's 25 words.
Yeah.
And you get a message back a few minutes later being like, yeah, is it an emergency? I can be there soon.
I'll send back. Oh, by the way, I finished out loud. Come join us for dinner. No, it's not an emergency. You heard what I said at the end of my message. I do just tend to talk a whole bunch, but I really want, and that's when it stops, but I really just was asking you to come to dinner.
And you get a very confused message back from Kyte just being like, okay, because you still haven't, where am I going? What's going on?
Grun, just say come to dinner. At the Hangman.
Best use of all my 3rd level spell slots.
They're not
Come
3rd
to
level
dinner
in
at the
Pathfinder.
Hangman. No, it is. I'm sending.
It's like
They're
a 5th
5th level in Pathfinder.
I can read numbers apparently.
Do you send that what Estrella says?
Yes, when Estrella finally says that, I finally cut it down to a reasonable number of words.
And then you get yeah, I will, I'll meet you all there tonight.
Next time, I'm just going to give you, I'm just gonna write what you need to say, and that's it.
Joanna will look at Tamsin and just do you know any ways how I could fix my shield faster? It took me an hour and a half.
I mean, if you ever need help with fixing that, I'm happy to do it. And of course, Demisa, I'm sure, would help as well.
Oh, is Dumisa crafty?
I mean, she purchased that eyepiece when we were in Alzheim, and I have worked with her a little bit. She is, yeah.
Oh,
Nisa at
wow.
the other end of the table knitting.
I mean, you know, that's just Joanna just assumed that's part of being gay. Oh, okay. Bueno. Yeah, I just I'm the shield's I got this nice new shield, and it fucking took a beating. Like, holy shit.
Let me see it.
Sure, Joanna will hand over the shield.
I rolled a 32 crafting.
Me too. I believe that's high enough DC to repair it. Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It has been repaired.
Okay, bueno, wow. Yeah, you even got I was having trouble with this chipped bit. I thought I could just shove the wood back in there. Wow.
Tamsin laughs at that and sort of makes a gesture with their hand, and the set of connected rings sort of across their four fingers transforms into a wooden staff. And she says, yes, I trained quite a bit on making this for my magic, so I have some experience repairing various items.
Good no. I'll try to take a lesson from you.
Of course.
That's all.
Gay. I don't say that in character. It's out of character. You hear from echo from the sky. Gay. A little bit. I kind of want to ask Zolzum about his kids. Are they nice? Do they have hobbies? What are they like? I'm gonna be carrying.
Yeah, well, Zolzum goes, well, Pythios is one of the older ones. He was one of the first children I had. He was a natural-born leader, Always maybe a little bit headstrong, but always wanted to do the best and help people. Hyperion was always quiet and reserved. She preferred to be alone with a book rather than with people. She and I would just sit around and read.
That sounds so sweet. I'm so excited that we need to get some good books for you guys to read together. Do dragons have dragon-sized books?
No.
How do you read them? You just...
We can take on other forms.
That is true.
It is not as hard as one might think. It is pretty basic magic for most of us dragons.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that you would make the things scaled to your true form. That would be a lot of paper, though, I guess.
When do you typically learn how to do your form changing thing? Because, well, at least based on the book that I found, Maeve's book, it was, they detailed very gruesome ways to do it.
Yes, I know a very not gruesome way. But yet again, dragons can learn it within their first few years. If you want, I can teach Rosalite how to do it.
Yes! I didn't know she could do that!
It might be a little bit before she masters it, but yes, I can.
We have time.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, we have. Yes,
I didn't want to do
we
it
have
without
time.
asking you first.
Oh, thank you for asking me. Shit.
Imagine human Rose stanched up at your bed frame, hello, mother, and you don't know who the frick that is.
First and foremost, I love the idea of all the dragon babies being unable, they just turn into tieflings. It's so fucking cute. Just a little army of tiefling babies. One of them crawls on the ceiling and starts spitting out Latin. You're like, oh, there it is. It's
feral
so great.
hissing.
Exactly. But just Brr. Okay.
But yes, I will start instructing her how to do it. It's a simple ritual that does not require blood sacrifice. Maeve was just weird.
Maeve was just kind of cringe, honestly.
Yes, she was, as you would say, cringe.
Oh my god.
Zolstrom really, I feel like she was a cool dragon. I'm a cool dragon. She was super old school. Maeve was a boomer.
Maeve was just kind of off the rails, and I don't respect that, says Zoltram, like, flipping through a notebook. It's kind of weird, actually. I don't like her. She was big on, like, that... Oh my god, I'm getting
Yes.
into weird territory with that one.
I do sometimes miss my other form.
Weird question.
The dragon form, you mean, the real body.
Dragon form, and then and then, you know, the form I turned into, my humanoid form. That was nice. I was very fancy.
You were very fatsy?
Fancy.
Oh.
Fancy!
This is Zoltram's way of saying he had a fat ass, and he misses it.
I wonder if we could somehow get you a new body.
I was going to suggest the same thing, though we did one for Winston with armor, which is not exactly the best thing, but at least he got to be taller and you know, hold books. But I mean, with Nero being a jar of sentient dirt, and we were thinking about it. If not Tamsin, oops, my bad. If Amitis wanted another body, we would attempt to make it using Zoltram's spell. Could we just do it for Zoltram too? And Winston?
We need a lot of dirt, but I think we could.
The world is dirt, Meryl!
Yes. I mean, if you say Rose has my book, she will know how to do it. It's just does require a lot of materials. I could at least move into a humanoid body, but I have never. It is very difficult to create a dragon body, and I am not sure any of us have enough power or resources for that, so I don't want to ask for that.
Oh, gosh, what do you need for a humanoid body then?
Humanoid body is clay, gems, things like that. Essentially, you have to... The way the ritual works is you start with you start with the clay and you form it into the shape you want. And you have to put the gems in the eyes and you shape it all, and then you perform the ritual, and then boom, comes to life. And you can also use the soul transfer ritual into that as well.
I didn't think about... Oh, well, I didn't have to... I didn't think about putting the soul of Nero's mom in it, but that might be a good way to do it, actually. I can do the soul transfer, no problem. We just need a body in general.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure that at the World's Tree they have the proper resources for that.
Premium! We do. What would you need for a dragon body then?
For a dragon body, I would need a complete skeleton. And you'd have to shape the clay around that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you would need a lot of it.
Do you even happen to know where may have buried the rest of you?
I wish I did. It is probably not far from Cressa. Maybe she threw the rest of me in the volcano.
Oh,
Well, that would be unfortunate.
Yes, it would be very unfortunate, but it would also be a very sure way to make sure I don't come back.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought of it too. No offense.
No, none taken. I'm a dragon, and you have not had great experience with dragons.
Cover Rosalite's ears like I had the best. You're not wrong, but I had the best experience with dragons. Okay. Nero, this is gonna sound gross. There's a lot of things we can do to your mom.
Listen, Estrella, how many languages do you know?
Like 13 or 14.
You know 14 different languages and are expertly proficient in all of them. You could have chosen better wording and you know it.
Your mom.
So,
What? I still have to enjoy the simple pleasures.
Yeah.
the simple pleasures of roasting me, obliterating me, I see how it is. Well,
Yeah. I was gonna say your mama joke, but I don't think I should.
Please, haven't I suffered enough? Don't answer that question. What were your options for things to... What were the options?
Like, a thing for your mom? Like, the situation?
Yes.
Well, we already know that her OG body is kind of like a fossil now.
Probably.
Yes, and I don't think any of us are very proficient in necromancy, so I mean Grun might be like a little bit, but that's 400 years of work.
I read lots of books on it, but that's it.
I appreciate your knowledge, but I don't know if I would feel comfortable going, hey, person who is not from this plane with bare magic, fix this 400-year-old body that is in front of her kid
Bear magic?
and her
Do bears have
lover.
a specific kind of magic?
Huh?
Bear magic. What's bear magic? It's a specific kind of magic.
I didn't say like bare bones, like your magic comes from tattoos.
Mira, like I got to be specific.
Yes, well, that there. So, one of the options, find a top-notch necromancer who is like semi-decent on the morals. And we do that. Two, we do what was done to you, which is make a body out of clay. Tamsin wrote a whole book about the Midas. I'm pretty sure she would know what the Midas looks like the best. Fuck you too, Marrow. Like, you both could probably work on this project. Or give me the memories and I can do it. Or, no, actually, no. This feels like a crafting thing. If Tamsin's got it, Doomy's got it, someone's got it. I don't know. We just...
Don't make me touch something with crafting. It's usually just
I'm
done
not.
anyway.
Yeah, no. That is. If it's crafting, you could do it far away from it. But yeah, we make the body. We get what we need to do to get it, and we put our soul in it. One way would have the body already made, so that way we could do it as fast as possible. But it did not cross to me to keep your mom in a different item for a little bit, while we have all of that, so that way we're in less of a rush. But that requires putting your mom in the item for an unknown amount of time, and I'm not sure how comfortable anybody is with that.
I think that's ultimately something we just have to offer her and see what she says. I'm fine with it, but... Soft shrug emoji. It's doable, and it is the solution, at least in the middle area where we build a body, and it's probably the best, most practical one. If we do... Oh, this is gonna sound so bad, but if we do a practice run for Winston in case he does want an upgrade to his body, then perhaps doing the process once will help us do it again in that second case.
That was the next thing I was going to say. I hate to call anyone a fucking guinea pig here, but I just shrugged. Like,
yeah, it's just like we got a lot of shrug emojis in the chat right now. Like, yeah. I mean, if Rose can glean anything from me, I'm happy to volunteer my flesh and blood. That sounds so bad when I say it like that.
well, yeah. When you say it like that, just say that you volunteered for the study. That would make so much. You understand.
The case study, yes.
Yeah. Those are really my only other options that are, or at least those are really the only things that I feel like we can do. I'm pretty confident that we can do at least, but it's going to have to be after we get all the idols in the Feywild open, because one, she's stuck, and two, this sounds like a lot of magic that we probably can't do right now, just physically.
We simply don't have the means to do it.
I don't even think we can break my father's curse without this shit opening. To be 100% honest, I think we are run. It's very difficult to use magic, which is weird. It's a weird feeling. So I'm worried, actually, about just completely zapping us out. You know. And these sounds like things that we're going to be draining the rest of the battery to do. You know.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if we clear out the castle we have to go to and we get the idol, we can always come back. I don't know if they are guarding the idol. There's no reason for them to stay there after we've taken it, so it should be easy to backtrack.
Oh, but what if they follow us?
If they follow us, or if reinforcements I sent after us, that would happen anyways, wouldn't it? I'm not too sure.
That's also if they're worshipping this as an idol. Like, or if they're worshipping this in any way. There's a lot, you know?
I mean, if we get the feeling that the god of the sea is directing this and they know what the idols can do, I feel like it's being guarded so we don't open the Feywilds, is my theory at least. I could be wrong though.
Oh no, you could be real fucking right too, actually. I didn't think about that.
Oh. That's what I thought. I was not sure, but that would make sense.
No, that would make a lot of fucking sense. Look, I didn't want to think about it because I personally am very uncomfortable with the ocean right now. I used to worship this man on a regular basis. Like, very regular. It's a kind of weird.
Yeah, I can see how that would be very uncomfortable. Do you need a hug? Just in general?
No, I just need to make sure that I don't freak out when we're on the boat. They drill that shit into you. You go on the boat is not blessed. The sea will swallow you whole. Is it, you know?
I'll try to think of a cognitive loophole for that. Because you are very strong right now. I wanted to say something like maybe there's not water in the shadow dimension, and you can just go to the shadow dimension and walk back to land, but I'm not sure that's how it works.
It might be, depends on how far it is actually, because I got 9 hours in the shadow plane, and I can move pretty fast. I mean, we can all move pretty fast.
I feel like you could outsmart the sea at this point. I just need to think of how. I'm not sure if it would help, but... The stray versus the sea, fight. I'm the sand guardian of the sand.
Poseidon fears in the wake.
Fuck off. Oh, Zolzerm, I have a weird quick question, actually.
Yes.
I have 2 weird quick questions, actually.
Okay.
So, the first one is gonna sound very bad, but you're like a dark bluish dragon, right?
Yes.
How does the color mixing work for like if you get together with like a red dragon, is the child like purple or is it one of the two? How does it work?
Sarah!
It sounds so bad, but I'm curious because
It sounds so bad.
It's kind of bad, Vero.
Sarah, that sounds very bad. That really does. You're really asking how does the mixing of the races work?
I'm curious because then different elements are created, right? Isn't that
You're
You mean
asking
like-
Aubrey to do biology.
A
Yeah.
fire and a dragon, water dragon, or a fire and an ice dragon make a water dragon.
Yeah, I'm like if you look
Fire
at
and water like a
direction,
steam dragon.
I'm sorry. This is
I'm
mostly
going
a
just
trick
like,
question.
please, Archives of Nethys, do you have an answer for this? Because I don't fucking know.
I'm like, this is such
Make
a bad
something up.
question. But I'm like, how does this work? Like, on a mechanical level? Because if you have, like, a fire dragon and ice dragon, it's just a 50-50 between them, or do you just whole nother element? What?
Is it Pokemon rules and
Oh
it
my
like
God.
takes the,
Or is it
the element of the
recessive
mother?
I gotta stop asking terrible questions, but, like, I, Tick, have to know how dragons work in
This literally just feels like a genetics biology question. Not even
Yeah.
a magic question. This is just fucking basic science.
Yeah.
It's really just a matter of which color is the dominant gene and which color is the recessive gene and how many of them are there.
Can't believe y'all are asking for dominant colors. Jesus.
I mean, it's like hair color and eye color. There's a dominant and recessive gene there, only with dragons. Probably there's also a dominant recessive gene for like how likely they are to have double jointed thumbs. Or I don't know, a double jointed wing because it's a dragon.
Listen, I've played enough Dragon Veil to know that this is a question I have to ask.
I have dragon lore, but like the thing, you know, like the lore, but we don't know what is canon for Pathfinder.
Yeah, I've been looking and I can't find a good answer on that.
So
and
I'm shrugging. I don't know, man.
Yeah, Zoltan, that's one of the many mysteries of life.
you know, it's one of the many mysteries, you know, a red dragon, a blue dragon, you know, it could be red, it could be blue, who knows?
Not that kind of scientist.
Yep.
I also just remembered a post where like it was a meme post about a character, where like two dragons disguised as humans had a kid, and it's like, I'm half dragon, and what's the other half? Also dragon. You'd think that makes a dragon, right? You'd think, huh? And I was like, that's funny. I wonder how that works. Tangent aside, I just get a shrug emoji.
Maybe it works like mixing colors, but the question is it like the additive or subtractive mixing? Because I don't think there's a magenta dragon.
Or is there?
There is not, and we are getting off track.
Okay, the second question I wanted to ask, out of curiosity for myself,
Yeah.
and I know the answer is probably no, but do you remember if either of your kids that are currently alive are, dirt?
Yes, Hyperion is.
I'm sorry if that was loud.
That was very fucking loud.
I'm so sorry. I leaned back from my mic, but not fast enough.
That was loud enough where I think when that gets put on, I think the sound like noise canceling is gonna cancel that out. Like that's the
Yeah.
kind of noise that came out.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It is gonna get hammered hard by the compressor.
Good. I apologize for that. I did not expect that to come out that loud. I will do a softer. Yes. Exciting. That's the nerd, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Ferris, you said you wanted to talk to Odette?
I did. I do.
Yeah. I imagine you can arrive at the Hangman a little bit before that a Kyte is set to meet you for dinner.
Perfect. Does Odette look busy?
I mean, she's tending bar. This is a place that has a clientele, but she's mostly just standing around serving drinks, talking shit.
Sit at the bar.
Yeah, she'll wander over and just being like, what can I get you?
Can I pay you for parenting tips?
Honey, you don't have to pay me. I'll give them to you happily.
That would be great. Because I had a crap mother and then none. And then a great dad and then the worst dad. So I'm finding myself a parent.
I mean,
at least once.
Yeah. I met the little one.
It's so weird. I'm a parent and we only just started dating. Like the mother. Anyway, I am a little out of my depth here when it comes to children. They're great. I love them. I think they're amazing. But I was the youngest sibling, and then my sibling died. So now she lives in my head. It's a whole thing. What do you got?
Well, first I'm gonna pour you a drink. And she'll pour you something non-alcoholic. She'll set it before you, and just being like, it's suddenly me not having any parental knowledge at all. But she will sort of start going through things that she's learned. She's been around for 800 years. Kyria was not the first child she took care of, and was not the last. So she has spent a lot of time around children. And she gives you good information, good advice. And mostly it's just, you're never really going to know what to do until you do, which is a weird thing. It's just going to it's going to happen. It's going to click in your head. And, as long as you're there for them and you love them and you do your best, it's really about the biggest thing you can do.
And what if you are not, what's the word? Very maternal. I mean, my instincts with children, no, just in general, my instincts are generally, you solve problems with fighting. Which is not the thing to do with children. You don't do that with kids. I don't have a maternal bone in my body.
I've wanted to fight some very small children before.
I shouldn't. I could squash them on accident. They're so little.
They're very small.
They're way below my line of sight.
Yeah, very.
Oh, we went through this village one time, and there were kids everywhere, and they were hanging on me like a jungle gym, and I was terrified because I couldn't see them all, and I was so worried I would just accidentally punt one across the village.
I mean, kids are also pretty resilient. They would probably survive that, and they'd probably think it was a great time.
You see my legs? I could kill them on accident by drop kicking them without meaning to because I didn't see them because they're so small.
Yeah, you got a good heart. You care about this kid. That's one of the big things. You do that, and you work together. Don't be afraid to ask your partner for help. Trust me, I was pretty much living with Rin for the good first 5 years or so of her life.
It doesn't fade, right?
What, love?
Yeah.
Not if it's real. And I mean, I see the way she looks at you. And hard to say I've seen more real things in my life. So yeah, hold her tight. Don't let her go.
Well, she is a dragon. She's gonna get pretty big one day.
Oh, I met Estrella.
Oh. Yeah, her too.
But yeah, no, that one's gonna get big. I think that's a kid you don't have to worry about. That one seems incredibly resilient.
You'd be surprised what kids can't bounce back from.
Can I do anything else for you? I mean, you know, if you have any questions when you're around, I'm always free to answer, or, I don't know, just sending me.
I'm not someone who can do that, but I appreciate the offer if I ever pick up that skill.
Or just have the sending stone.
I never get the sending stone, it's okay.
That's true.
I'm low on the priority list for sending stone because I have no one to
Last
talk to.
time you got the sending stone,
I have no one to
last
talk
time
to.
I was able to meet my father for the first time, and my grandfather for the first time, and the rest of my family for the first time.
I mean, it sounds like a good thing.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyone I talk to is already here, except for one, but, you know, they're busy. But I'll add you to the list whenever it's my turn, if it happens. And I'm panicking at, like, I don't know, whenever parenting hours happen, which I guess is all the time.
It is all the time. Never ends. And I mean it in the best way.
Yep. Yep. No, it's cool. I signed up for this, kind of. I mean, I did, but also kind of. But I did. I just don't want to screw it up.
Well, I think it'll be fine.
Well, thank you. Where are the notes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the drink.
Yeah, it's on the house.
I'll give you money anyway.
She just points it to the tip jar. And
Yep.
you drop it in there. You can drop a couple copper in the tip jar. Yeah.
No.
So you all start head over to the Hanged Man to settle in to have dinner. And Kyte will meet you at some point. But as you're settling in and all of that, you hear the sound of bells in the distance. And that is where we'll leave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's where we're leaving it.
Yep. And the next time we'll come back and figure out what's up with those bells.
I assume it involves Reavers, is my
Yeah,
guess.
probably. But yeah, Dick, why don't you take us out?
Alright, thank you everyone for listening to another wonderful episode of Goblins and Gaze. If you like what we do here, feel free to follow us on Twitter at Goblins and Gaze. We post all sort of amazing content. We also have a Patreon where you can directly support our show and cast and get lots of cool sneak peek content and exclusive stuff as well. Give us some 5-star reviews on our various streaming services, and remember, eat your vegetables.
Be gay. Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.